Hello, Magnus here. Have you ever wondered, is your phone good enough when it comes to just vlogging regularly, or should you upgrade to DSLR or mirrorless camera? In this video, we're going to talk about the differences and why you should or shouldn't upgrade. Here we go. Okay, so when it comes to YouTube or basically entertainment creation and you want to vlog and you want to actually get yourself out there, you predominantly want to get the best look. But will that expensive purchase in a camera be worth it? And what are the differences? Why get a bigger camera? What's the point? Cameras today can record 4K and some even record 8K. So what does a DSLR or mirrorless camera give you that you can't get off of your smaller phone? So I've got a couple of items that I'm going to use for this comparison. I've got my Samsung NX1 and I've got my Samsung S20. So Samsung versus Samsung, but basically one is a mirrorless camera and the other is my phone, which is also a mirrorless camera. So the S20 can record up to 8K and the front-facing camera can record up to 4K. So I'm going to put them in comparison when it comes to filming with the mirrorless camera and filming with the phone and show you what the difference is. Now, by mirrorless camera, I mean just the bigger professional style camera versus phone. Now, a phone is still a mirrorless camera, but because it has no flip up mirror. I hope you get what I'm talking about. Check out this footage of the phone. Now this phone has the ability, like I said, to record 4K on the front-facing camera, but I've also got the shot recording 8K on this camera. Now what you'll notice is that most phones, and this includes this phone, is that when you're filming yourself, you're going to look great. You're able to look great on this footage and it's got a lot of detail. Now, one of the plus sides when it comes to this is that you don't really have to worry much. Most phones have this like automatic setting. You hit the record button and you're good to go. And a lot of phones also have the ability to do extra slow motion features if you want to. So those features, which are normally on a bigger camera as well, are all in a smartphone. However, what you'll notice is that you don't have the true natural ability in most or any phone to get a really nice background blur. Now, many phones have the ability to get background blur or an artificial background blur, but a true background blur is almost impossible in a phone because you're only going to get that through larger sensors that let in more light. Now let's flip over to the Samsung NX1, where here you're able to get some nice separation between the subject and the background. So it focuses in strictly on what I'm recording and not everything. So it gives that a more cinematic feel, which is what you might be wanting to actually up your game. And a lot of people look for that background blur game changer. But one thing that this camera doesn't do that the phone does is allow you to record 8K. Now, is that 8K going to give you a lot more detail? I don't know, you tell me. One thing that you have to keep in mind when recording any high resolution content is that your detail is going to really matter, not only on the sensor recording that much resolution, but also your lens. If the lens is dirty or your lens isn't as clear as you might want to get it, then you're not going to get any additional detail. And when looking at this 8K footage from the phone versus the 4K footage, are you really able to see that much difference? Maybe, maybe not. But if you look at this footage right here too as well, maybe you are not happy with the fact that the NX1 loses focus. And that's something that you've got to really keep in mind, that when you get one of those bigger expensive cameras that allow you to get that background blur, if you don't have great autofocus, it's going to blur your face out and a lot of your shots are going to be ruined. While the Samsung, since everything's in focus, you're never going to be out of focus and you'll never miss the shot. And the convenient thing when you're holding your phone is the fact that you have the ability to control what you're looking at and see yourself because you're holding your phone. So it's always showing you what you're looking at. Now, image stabilization comes into mind as well. To image stabilize the Samsung NX1, it has a feature internally where I could use digital image stabilization. It crops in a little bit and it steadies things out pretty well. Or I can use a gimbal like I was using in my shots here and stabilize things even better. So it looks natural. Now the Samsung does an amazing digital image stabilization job. It's like, holy cow, next level smooth. But that comes with a catch. It crops in just like on the mirrorless camera, but it also looks a little funny and warpy because you gotta know that there's a lot of handshake going on there. But the ability to actually stabilize is a nice feature. And on both a phone and a mirrorless camera, you have the ability to buy like a stabilizer, such as a gimbal or such. So you can do that as well. So from each perspective, you can get steady footage no matter what you're using. Big advantage towards phone though, it's a lot lighter than a camera. So a phone itself will be a ton easier to hold for longer periods of time than when it comes to a bigger, larger camera that costs a lot of money. And finally, when it comes to posting your content on social media, a phone is 1,000 times easier because it has the ability to act like a computer in itself. You can edit videos, you can do whatever you need and do the whole process just through your phone. Whereas a camera, you're gonna have to offload it and then edit it or just upload it using a separate device like a PC. So that's the unfortunate part. But when it comes to upgrading, if you want that shallow depth of field look with great detail and the ability to zoom in and zoom out with a lens, definitely get yourself a DSLR mirrorless camera. That's going to be your advantage. But if you're good with the run and gun quick style of a phone that you always have on you, it's small, it stabilizes pretty well, it gets good detail, and you just always have it on you. Phone is not a bad choice whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Definitely hit that like button if you want to see more of these type of videos. And as always, you can make my day if you subscribe today. This is Magnus, and I'm out. See you guys later.